American blacks, Benjamin, West Indian blacks, Levi, Haitians, Ephraim, Puerto Ricans, Manasseh, Cubans, Simeon, Dominicans. I know my tribes, how about you? I know my tribes and who they are today. I know my tribes and who they are today. I know my tribes and who they are today. I know my tribes and who they are today. Zebulun, Guatemala to Panama, Mayans, yeah, American Indians. Reuben, Seminole Indians. Asher, Colombia to Uruguay, Incas. Issachar, Mexican, Aztecs. Naphtali, Argentina, Chile. The truth makes us free, and now you are too. I know my tribes, how about you? I know my tribes and who they are today. I know my tribes and who they are today. I know my tribes and who they are today. I know my tribes and who they are today. I know my tribes, how about you? 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 Judah, American blacks, Benjamin, West Indian blacks, Levi, Haitians, Ephraim, Puerto Ricans, Manasseh, Cubans, Simeon, Dominicans. I know my tribes, how about you? I know my tribes and who they are today. I know my tribes and who they are today. I know my tribes and who they are today. I know my tribes and who they are today. Zebulun, Guatemala to Panama, Mayans, yeah, American Indians. Reuben, Seminole Indians. Asher, Colombia to Uruguay, Incas. Issachar, Mexican, Aztecs. Naphtali, Argentina, Chile. The truth makes us free, and now you are too. I know my tribes, how about you? I know my tribes and who they are today. I know my tribes and who they are today. I know my tribes and who they are today. I know my tribes and who they are today. I know my tribes, how about you? I know my tribes, how about you? I know my tribes, how about you? I know my tribes, how about you?
Look, on fire like second Peter. Now I got my sword, so I'm cutting up deceivers. Right there, pair of arms, so I always got a reader. You wanna live the truth, then I see you when I see you. See, the world still sleep, so I gotta wake them up until my soul on eat. Preach the gospel in your city, then dust off my feet. And you know we in your city, cause we come through deep, the mob deep, so you know we never shook. All gifts of God, see we living by the book. Spit fire to the wood with salt, I gotta cook. The Lord made me a fisher, every day I'm writing hooks. I'm on, kingdom come, we bringing fire till we gone. Prophesy this nation, show my people what they wrong. You dwelling in your sin, then you can't be living long. Where you gon' hide when the Lord drop them bombs? Come on.
Say, lie, feed. How our brothers, yeah, they dying in the street. Cause their heart is filled with beef. Cause they wanna rep a game, they just wanna toe the heat. But they do not understand that our people family like. But there's more, that the image of the Lord, that these sisters don't adore. They just bitter to the core. Katy Perry told them more. Got you kicked up out the garden and they screaming at the force even more like what? Shame that the pattern is the same. Super heavy ball and chain. I just wanna be delivered and it's weighing on my brain. Sweet and bitter little book that my body must contain in this frame. Like feed me more, cause I wanna go to war. Swing a heavy metal sword. We'll be dicing all the doctrines he saw putting on the board. Then I'm out to go and party with an excellent reward. And I'm yelling out, set, get beat. Watch the elements delete. Esau burning on his feet. All the women indiscreet. Don't be mad, I'm rude in speech. I'm just trying to mold the soul to be gold and be king. It's too late. A tick-tock away from doomsday. No goose chase. Nail rear-handed. Back against the wall. Call them screw face. We on a home run day in space. Trying to touch base. Blow up the place and we out of here. Catastrophic. Like LeBron up and left the Cavaliers. Astronomic. How the flame wheels just disappear. Trending topic. My oppressor's biggest fear. Knowing vengeance coming near. The cake bake. Indignation on the menu. From dead bones to a spirit trapped in sinews. Action. Won't hear me saying what I'm fin to. Burn with Babylon, if the truth offend you. Never taste well when taking medicine, treasure it. With God laws, we are better than apparently. As in the days of Noah, wicked gon' be meddling. Schedule it, bombs drop, it was heaven sent. Heaven sent.
One for soldier, the wait is over. But you ain't know I tried to told you. You rolled over, it's time to go for 4. Yeah, let's get it, bro, 1-4-4. This what the streets been waiting for. Gird up, it's time to ride. Gird up, it's time to ride. Gird up, gird up, gird up. Big folk, Judah be the tribe of train, no. It was written, we already won, let's just run up the scope. We remote with the gospel, we the ones they can't control. They ain't wanna let us in, now it's a blitz outside your door. My dimension, time is ticking, honest living is not what the people want. Crime is risen, science hitting, trying to listen, sound good, but the people don't. Dying to living, crying to healing, found repenting outside on them ghetto blocks. Signs and visions, line descriptions of the Lord for too long, so it must be stopped. Demons beat it out, hood hell, so we seek a place. Fringes on, matching with the drip, I got decent taste, original royalty, that's something I just need to say. Cause righteous music got the block jumping, that's a leap of faith. Warrior, we hit the streets without no hesitation, say a lie. We be the real Jews, no imitation, praise Yah. I keep your precepts in my meditation, say a lie. I don't do drugs, don't work my medication. One for soldier, the wait is over. But you ain't know I tried to told you. You rolled over, it's time to go for 4. Yeah, let's get it, bro, 1-4-4. This what the streets been waiting for. Gird up, it's time to ride. Gird up, it's time to ride. Gird up, gird up, gird up, gird up. I ain't got no time for a hater. God's in the building, we the saviors. Boy, you sold your soul for some money, you a traitor. Jacob ain't your bloodline, we ain't even neighbors. Electrify the world like some tasers. Israelites got the earth hot as the equator. If you ain't keeping God laws, I'll see you later. I be blacking on this beat like the skin of the creator. Wisdom over gold, I'm committed. Skin burn brass, I don't steal, bro, I'm different. Demons wanna hit me with the iron, I ain't quitting. But when it come to sin, I keep the 10, I don't even meddle with it. Say a lie, I don't smoke lean or listen to these modern day rappers cause they dope fiends. People see us out and think we so mean, but the day we stop rebuking lies is in your dreams. Let's go, King Soldier, the way it's over. But you ain't know I tried to told you, you rolled over. It's time to go for four. Yeah, let's get it going for four. This what the streets been waiting for. Gird up. It's time to ride. Gird up. It's time to ride. Gird up. Gird up. Gird up. Gird up. Gird up. You know the vibes. You know the vibes.
Hayahawa, Hafapalau, the Lord's Prayer. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts, as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory forever. Amen.
He's been so good. He's been so good. Yahweh Shai. His prophecy is coming. Oh, each and every day. So don't be scared. Just be prepared. Come and sing the song. I'm so glad you choose us. You choose us. It's great.
Can't hear you, King. Can't hear you.
I say, call her Lord Yahweh, giving all honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Hamashem, Black Yahweh Shai, right? Hey, the worldly knows Yahweh as God. Hey, the worldly knows Yahweh Shai as Jesus. Hamashiach is the Christ. Hey, and Shabbat Shalom and Ashar Kadash, right? Happy New Moon, man. My name is Arya.
Tajuan.
Brother Yawasop.
And man, all praises to the Most High, man. And we're back in this thing again, man, through the power and spirit of the Most High, right? Hey, And I'm going to bring my opening precept, right? Joshua chapter 24 and verse 14. And it reads, Now therefore fear Yahweh and serve him in sincerity and in truth, and put away the gods which your fathers served on the other side of the flood and in Egypt, and serve ye Yahweh. And if it seem evil unto you to serve Yahweh, choose you this day whom ye will serve, whether the gods which your fathers served that were on the other side of the flood, or the gods of the Amorites in whose land ye dwell. But as for me and my house, we will serve Yahweh. So all praises to the Most High, man. Hey, it's only one entity to serve, man, and that's the Creator of heaven and of earth. With that, I yield.
I got Romans chapter 6, verse 22, and it reads, But now, being made free from sin and become servants to Yahweh, ye have your fruit unto holiness, and the end everlasting life. So, that's the greater reward. That's all we seeking every day. And we serving for Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua. And I yield.
Khan. Shalom, Yasha Allah, brother Yawasat. I'm coming from the book of Psalms, chapter 62 from the top. And it reads, Truly my waiting upon Yahweh, for him cometh my salvation. He is only my rock and my salvation. He is my defense. I will not be greatly moved. So when you're rooted in this truth, man, when you have the understanding and the knowledge in this truth, nothing gonna make you waver, nothing gonna make you move off trying to keep these laws, statutes, and commandments to the best of your ability. And going into Passover season, like the brother just did a mighty lesson, this is the time to start purging all that levy out. We always try to get all the leaven out of our house, our homes, during Passover season. But it's most important that we get the leaven, the malice, the hatred, the envying, out of our own system and out of our own temples, approaching Passover season. And with that idea,
Man, and that's mighty, man, because like you said, I just did that lesson on, are you covered by the blood of the Lamb for the Passover, right? Because, in that covering, when he said on the doorpost put the blood, that was literally symbolic, right, for you keeping the commandments, right? Because he literally gave strict law and order that, you got to put the blood with the hyssop on your doorpost to be passed over, right? And that blood was symbolic for keeping the commandments, because we know now that the blood of Hamashiach cleanses us and actually sprinkles us and marks us, so that way we could get passed over, right? So, and he died for what? For to bring back the law, right? So the covenant, because they said without the tester, right, there would be no testament. So, right, all praise, honor, glory to the house of Hashai, man. Shabbat Shalom, man. All praise, honor, glory to the Most High, man. Right. With that being said, and we on commandment number 17, signs and symbols, right? To circumcise the male offspring, and that was actually part of the lesson too, because circumcision really is the cutting of your foreskin, which is just symbolic for cutting off sin, right? So it's just a symbolism, right? And that's Genesis 17, verse 12 through 14, and Leviticus chapter 12, and verse 21. Genesis 17 and 12.
Khan, want me to get it to the one? I get it.
Yeah, I'll get that Leviticus.
Okay, Khan. It's the book of Genesis, chapter 17, verse 12. And he that is 8 days old shall be circumcised among you, every man child in your generations, he that is born in the house or brought with money of any stranger, which is not of thy seed, he that is born in thy house, and he that is brought with thy money, must need be circumcised, and my covenant shall be in your flesh for an everlasting covenant.
One more.
Khan. Verse 14. And the uncircumcised man child, whose flesh of his foreskin is not circumcised, that soul shall be cut off from his people. He hath broken my covenant.
Hey, so it's important, man, because you've broken the covenant of the Most High for Israel. So, like, that's another covenant that we have. It's a covenant of circumcision, right? So, hey, you got to be circumcised. And actually, after bro bring out this Leviticus 12, verse 2 and 3, we're going to actually bring out, because actually, that's a law in order to eat the Passover. So, it's literally commanded that you got to be circumcised or you cannot eat the Passover, Yasharallah, right? So, bring that out, King. Leviticus chapter 12, verse 2 and 3.
Sloppy. 12 and 3, right?
Yeah, 12, chapter 2 and verse 3.
This book of Leviticus, chapter 12 and verse 2. Speak unto the children of Israel, saying, if a woman have conceived seed and born a man child, then she shall be unclean 7 days, according to the days of the separation. For her infirmity shall she be unclean. And in the 8th day, the flesh of his foreskin shall be circumcised.
Hey, so it's letting you know, right, that on the 8th day, that covenant has to be enacted, right, which is the new beginning. So that new beginning, right, and this is the book of Exodus, right, based on that law of eating the Passover, chapter 12 and verse 48. It says, and when a stranger shall sojourn with thee, right, and will keep the Passover to Yahweh. It says, let all his males be circumcised, and then let him come near and keep it. And he shall be as one that is born in the land. For no uncircumcised person shall eat thereof. So, hey, so that circumcision law goes to everybody. You can't even eat or come near the Passover lamb if you do not have the circumcision. So it goes all Yasharallah, right? So commandment number 23, to read the Shema in the morning and at night. Deuteronomy 6 and 7.
I think it was 18, King.
What?
Then you jump from 17 to 23.
Oh, I'm sorry.
18.
Salakia, yup, I did. Number 18, to put fringes on the corners of clothing. Numbers 15 and 38.
It's the book of Numbers, chapter 15, verse 37. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, speak unto the children of Israel, and bid them that they make them fringes in the borders of their garments throughout their generations, and that they put upon the fringe of a border a ribbon of blue.
Hey, so that's kind of clean, man. You got to put the fringes on, man. Ain't nothing to break down for that.
Right. But if you don't do it, you're scared. And you're going to get destroyed. Simple as that. Thus save the Lord.
Hey, all praises. Simple. So commandment 19 and 20 and 21. Right? 19. To bind God, Yahweh's word on the head. To bind Yahweh's word on the arm. To affix the mezuzah to the doorposts and gates of your house. And that's crazy because this is part of my lesson today, right? Because to bind Yahweh's word on your head means in your mind, right? To not a phylactery box that the Jewish Jew heard. Then to bind the word on the arm would be to read the book, to continue to read the book continually, not a phylactery box on your arm. And to affix the mezuzah on the doorposts and gates of your house, and that's also on your temple. Right, which means if you have it in your mind, then you got the mezuzah upon your temple, right? And these are Deuteronomy chapter 6, verse 8 and verse 9.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 6, verse 8 through 9. And thou shalt bind them for a sign upon thy hand, and they shall be as frontlets between thy eyes. And thou shalt write them upon the posts of thy house and on thy gates.
Hey, so it's letting you know. You gotta put it in your mind. You gotta put it on your house, like the carnal on your house. But then also, you know what I'm saying, spiritually, you gotta always continue to read that book. Because when you go down further, it says when you're in your house around the way with your children, because you gotta have a righteous home. You gotta build up everybody according to the law. Your wife, your children, and everybody in your home. Whether it be somebody just sojourning, they gotta keep the law, man. So that concludes that the portion of signs and symbol. We're going to do one more portion, and then we're going to give everybody their Shabbat back. Hey, this is the portion of prayer and blessing. Right, commandment number 22, to pray to Yahweh. Exodus 23, verse 24 and 25, and Deuteronomy 6 and 13. Exodus 23, 24 through 25.
God, I'll get that Exodus. Book of Exodus, chapter 23, verse 25. And it reads,
Start at verse 24.
verse 24, Thou shalt not bow down to their gods, nor serve them, nor do after their works, but thou shalt utterly overthrow them and quick break down. It says quiet or quiet,
Quiet.
right?
Yeah,
Quiet
quiet.
break down their images.
And right, and Salakia, right, and that's what the Most High got us doing right now, because that image of Sezi Bo biscuit with cheese, right? Hey, the Most High got us breaking that down and getting rid of that thing out of everybody's mind that's in Israel, right? So we getting that image out, and we getting the image of Yahweh Shai, you know what I'm saying? Because that's the wrong image, right? But go ahead, King. Salakia.
Verse 25, and ye shall serve the Lord your God, and he shall bless thy bread and thy water, and I will take sickness away from the midst of thee.
We're gonna take the sickness, right? Because our people sick, man, right? Our people literally doing everything contrary to the scriptures, right? We sick, man. He said, what did Yahweh Shai say? He said, I didn't come to heal the well. The physician didn't come for the well, but those that are sick, man. So he said he
Right.
can't take sickness from the midst of us. Right? So hey, I yield if y'all got something.
Nah, I ain't got none.
Deuteronomy. Oh, you got King?
I don't have nothing.
Deuteronomy 6 and 13.
Verse 6:13.
Mm-hmm.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 6, verse 13. Thou shalt fear the Lord thy God and serve him, and shalt swear by his name.
Hey, so you gotta put everything on the Most High, man. He said, hey, don't be serving those other gods. You gotta pray and bless the Most High, our power, right? So all praises to the Most High, man. Get that wicked Cesare Borgia out of your mind. So commandment number 23, to read the Shema, lit the hearing in the morning and at night. Deuteronomy 6 and 7.
Con, the
Book of
book of you
Nah,
got
you
it,
got
King.
it, King. You got it.
Con. The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 6, verse 7. And thou shalt teach. I think it was 4, King. You remember we made that correction?
Yup, Khan, yup. You're right.
Book of Deuteronomy, chapter 6, verse 4. Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God is one Lord. And thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, and with all thy soul, and with all thy might.
Hey, so hey, hero Israel, the Lord our God is one Lord, man. That's clean, man. That's the 3 Shema's. You say that 3 times in the morning and 3 times in the evening, right? And it's actually a commandment, right? 3 times. Right? Anybody got anything to add?
Yep. As much time as you can. If you could do it more than 3, then hey, all praise to y'all about Shem Yahweh Shai, man. But bare minimum 3 times a day. And it's easy, just no matter where you at on the earth. Gotta pray to y'all about Shem Yahweh Shai. You know what I'm saying? Give him the honor and glory to him and his son. You know, sincerely. You know what I mean? And
All praises to the Most High, man. So commandment number 24, to recite grace after meals, right? Because hey, we
Mm.
was always taught before meals, but we know that the world does everything contrary to the Most High, man. So that's Deuteronomy chapter 8, verse 10 and 11.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 8, verse 10. When thou shalt, Salaki, when thou hast eaten and art full, then thou shalt bless the Lord thy God for the good land which he hath given thee. Beware that thou forget not the Lord thy God in not keeping his commandments and his judgments and his statutes, which I command thee this day.
This day, right? So, hey, the Most High said literally, don't forget these commandments. Every little commandment, man. We got to remember from the greatest to the least. We have to remember. So we always say, hey, we're not knocking the beginning because we know that this wicked place put all kind of stuff and rename abominable things and other different names. But but according to the scriptures, we have to pray afterwards. And we struggle with it too. You know what I'm saying? We always do it in the beginning, but a lot of times we forget the end. So hey, it's beautiful to go over the commandments. Why? To keep it fresh on the mind. That's why he say always go over the commandments. So you'll remember. Right? Anybody got any?
Yeah, Khan King, because that's important. And we pray at the beginning, but we're gonna definitely have to start making it mandatory that a brother will remind brothers, to make sure that we're praying after the meal, because after the meal is really when you're satisfied, when you have received the blessings from the Lord, right? A lot of times we congregating together and we either at the brothers' houses or we just out back or by the campfire. So we almost remember after we eat, we almost always have to bless the Most High as well, and it's a commandment. And
It makes sense too, though, because like you said, the blessing is being full. It's not a blessing being hungry. That's a curse. Because it literally said in Lamentations, it says it's worse to die. It's better to die by the sword than by hunger,
famine.
by famine. So, hey, that's letting you know that hey, it's definitely worse to die hungry. Right? So it's crazy. So the last commandment of the day, and then we're actually going to be done, is not to lay down a stone for worship. Leviticus 26 and 1.
It's the book of Leviticus, chapter 26, and verse number 1. You shall, Salaki, you shall make you no idols. 26 and 1, King?
Yep.
Khan. The book of Leviticus, chapter 26, verse 1. Ye shall make you no idols, nor graven image, neither rear you up a standing image, neither shall you set up any image of stone in your land to bow down unto it, for I am Yahweh, your power.
Hey, he said, don't rear nothing up of stone or anything, man. Right? So, hey, and that's what we tell brothers when they say, hey, you got the shield of David, you're worshiping. It's like nobody's worshiping it. Nobody's rearing it up. Nobody's bowing themselves down to it. Right? That's the worship, is to bow down or lay prostrate. That's literally worship. So nobody's doing that to none of those different, substances. They're actually literally just wearing things. So that being said, hey, just be mindful of what you're doing, Israel, for you could be breaking the Most High commandments. With that being said, hey, everybody get their closing precept and give everybody their Shabbat back. We'll bring out the book of Joshua, chapter 1 and verse 6. It says, be strong and of a good courage, for unto this people shalt thou divide for an inheritance the land, which I swear unto their fathers to give them. Only be thou strong and very courageous, that thou mayest observe to do according to all the law which Moses my servant commanded thee. Turn not from it to the right hand or to the left, that thou mayest prosper whithersoever thou goest. This book of the law shall not depart out of thy mouth. So it shall not depart out of thy mouth. But thou shalt meditate therein day and night, which that means continually, all the time, that thou mayest observe to do according to all that is written therein. For then shalt thou make thy way prosperous, and then thou shalt have good success. So hey, everybody always say they want good success. But nobody wants to do what it takes to have the good success. And that is to keep the laws, statutes, and commandments, to put them on your doorpost, to let the Passover angel go over. With that, I yield.
Khan, this is the book of Baruch, chapter 2. I'm going to start with verse 27. And it reads, O Yahweh, our power, thou hast dealt with us after all thy goodness, and according to all that great Salaki, and according to all that great mercy of thine. This is the point. As thou spakest by thy servant Moses in the day when thou didst command him to write the law before the children of Israel. And that's why it's so important to go over the laws, statute, and commandments. You know, it may be that one brother, that sister that doesn't have the 613 commandments. And it's important that we go over them in sincerity so we can reach that one lost sheep. Just like today, if brothers and sisters who's listening may not have known that you should pray before and after your meal. So that's a great commandment. It's nothing to take light. None of the 613 commandments are anything to take light. So it's by the Spirit and the power of the Most High that are put in our spirit to go over these laws, statutes, commandments, probably to the, to the end, and to the sky, to the Most High send his son back, to redeem the children of Israel. And with that, I yield.
Come, mighty precept, King. I got Jeremiah chapter 7, verse 20. Therefore, thus saith the Lord God, behold, my anger and my fury shall be poured out upon this place, upon man, and upon beast, and upon the trees of the field, and upon the fruit of the ground, and it shall burn, and it shall not be quenched. So, we got so many precepts on what the Most High will do to this place. You know what I'm saying? For all the disobedient and rebellious, our people, especially, they got that judgment day is coming real soon. The day he said in Job, the wicked are reserved for the day of destruction. So, you already got your ticket to the lake of fire. You know what I'm saying? If you willfully sinning, you're not doing nothing the Most High is asking you to do. You're not keeping no high holy days. You're not congregating with your brothers. So joining with your brothers in righteousness. You know what I'm saying? Envying, malice, jealousy, greed, all these evil things. If you about that life, that's what you stand for, you're gonna be destroyed. And that's it. Thus saith the Lord, man. Thus say the Holy Bible. Not you.
And that's all praise, honor, glory to Yahweh, Shem Yahweh Shai, man. So with that being said, man, my name is Ariyah.
Atazwan.
Brother Yawasop.
Hey, and from the soldier of Yahweh, we pray that you have a blessed Shabbat. Pray that, like the brother Yawasop said, that the seed of the commandment, a new one that you did not know was planted, and may you be, may the blood cover your sins so that you may be passed over by the Lamb. With that being said, hey, Shalom, have a blessed Shabbat, and Tazwan, what we want them to do?
We want them to push the damn button.
Quickly. Damn it. Man, Shabbat Shalom.